Hey guys, so in this tutorial we are going to learn how to create a Lambda function that can start, stop and restart an EC2 instance. So with this we are going to learn how to give a permission to a Lambda function to access EC2 instance. So let's get started. So we are in our AWS console and you can see I have recently visited different services. From this we need to select a Lambda function. So you might not be seeing this option. So you just need to search the Lambda function over here. So just type Lambda and just go to the services to create a Lambda function. And as you can see, I have already created one function over here. So for this tutorial, I'm going to create new one. So just click on create function and select this author from scratch and give a function name. So I will just name it as auto restart EC2. Okay, and from this runtime option you can select which language that you are making use of, Python, Ruby or any other languages. So from this I'm going to write code in Python, so I'm just selecting Python as my language. With this just hit on create function. Okay, so our Lambda function got created, so you can just click on it to visit it. Okay, so here is our Lambda function and this is the source code. And for now this is the default code given by this Lambda function while creating it. So it will just return this object and let's run this and check. Okay, so now you can see the response we get is the status code 200 and the body is hello from Lambda. Okay, so now I want to write a code that can stop our EC2 instance. Okay, so let's write a code to stop our EC2 instance. Okay, so for this we need a library called as Boto, that is Boto3. So import Boto. Okay, so this is the library by Amazon services for Python. So this is the function by which we can talk with our server. Okay. Okay, so here let me return 0 for now. Okay, so this is our Lambda function. Okay, so to talk with our EC2 instance, first of all we must create a variable EC2 and we must make use of Boto3 and use client, and from client we are going to make use of EC2 service. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, and now let's create a variable that will hold our instance ID. So instance ID, so here we must provide it in an array format. So here there will be an instance ID, so I will just copy it later on. Okay, so now here response is equal to EC2 dot stop instances, and here we must pass instance ID. Instance ID is equal to whatever we are stored in this variable, and with this we can just return the response to the user or anywhere this function is returning. Okay, so what this will do is it will just stop our EC2 instance, and let's check it out if it works or no. I know it will not work because your Lambda function cannot directly communicate with EC2 instance. Okay, so let's check this and let me show you what happens on what error we get. Okay, so for this first of all I must create an instance so that I can make use of that instance ID over here. Okay, so let me open new page. Let me create an instance. Okay, so there is no running instance. Okay, so I'll just name it as test. Ubuntu I will use, and I will just create a server. Okay, so the instance got created and this is the ID that I need. Okay, so it is in pending state still now, so until that I will just copy this ID and paste it over here. Okay, so let the server get created. Okay, so the instance is running now. So now let's make use of this Lambda function to stop this instance. So you can see it has been running. Okay, so now if I deploy this thing and click on this test button. Okay, so I think so I made some typing mistake. So here over here it should be instance IDs, and this is ID. So I'm just passing an array, and this is instance IDs is equal to this. So just deploy it now and let's check test. Okay, so now you can see it has been giving me an error, stop instance operation, you are not authorized to perform this operation. Okay, so that's because this lambda function is not given full access to use this instance or to interact with this instance. Okay, so for this we must give a role for this lambda function to access this instance. So let's do it now. So for that, just on your console, just search for AMI. Just go over here. Okay, so in this dashboard, that is IAM dashboard, just go to roles, and here you might see a role for your instance. So if you saw, our instance name was auto restart EC2, and this is the thing. So this is the role. So just select this and go to in permission tab, just go to add permissions, attach policy, and here search for EC2 and search for full access. Okay, so just check this and add this permission. Okay, so after adding that, it may take 2 to 3 minutes to perform our lambda function. Okay, so now let's check if it is working. So earlier we were getting some error, that is you are not authorized. So now let's check if when I press on this, if our instance gets stopped or no. Okay, so let me open my instance tab over here. Okay, so you can see one instance is running. So this is the instance I want to stop while this lambda function. So let's check. Okay, so instance response I got. Let's check if it is really stopped or no. So you can see it is showing stopping. Okay, so this is how you can make use of lambda function to stop, start or restart. Okay, so this is the thing. So to start, all you need to do is you just need to replace it with start instance, and to restart, make use of restart, like this. Okay, so now suppose if you want to write a function that can stop then start the server automatically after some time, that time we can make use of a timer function, that is a sleep function. So here import time. Okay, so now suppose if you want to first stop that instance, and after stopping that instance you want to wait for some seconds for fully stopping this instance. So you might see it is taking some time. If your server means if your instance is loaded with heavy processing script and everything, then it might take some time, for example 2 to 3 minutes to fully stop. So at that time what we need to do is, first of all we must stop the instance and wait for some seconds or some minutes, like example 3 minutes, and after that you can just restart it, means in one script itself we can do that. So here you can make use of time function. So time dot sleep, and you can just pass some milliseconds. So here I will just pass 300 seconds. Okay, yeah, so seconds to minute, let's check. 300. So here 300 means it will sleep for 5 minutes, and then after sleeping for 5 minutes it will just perform another task, like other response, like starting the server. Okay, so let's do that. So I will just start the server after sleeping for some time. Okay, so let me make it make it 100 means 1, I can make 50, else I can give as 30. After 30 seconds I can just start my server. Okay, so I will just deploy this code. Okay, so what I will do is I will just manually start this. So it is starting. Okay, so our instance is started manually. Okay, so now let's check by this lambda function, if the instance gets stopped, and after 30 seconds it will automatically restart. Okay, so let's check this. Okay, I think so, instance got stopped. After waiting for 30 seconds it will automatically start. Yes, I'm just refreshing my page. Okay, so instance got stopped. So let's wait of 30 seconds. Yeah. So let's check if it auto restarted. Okay. So you can see it automatically restarted the server after waiting for some time. So this is how you can write your Lambda function to restart your server instance. So that's all for this video tutorial. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. Protocol Point. Thank you.